Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Slowed and Reverb podcast. I almost said our old podcast name. I'm Jonathan, and joining me once again are my two very good friends, Brandon and Richard.
Hello, hello, welcome back.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today.
All right, thank you all for listening. Uh, we got a good album for today, picked by our very own Richard for this week. We're going to be talking about and essentially reviewing You Know What I'm Saying by Danny Brown. Danny Brown, Detroit rapper. This is his fifth album, I think, because there was, you know, yeah, I think this is his fifth one, right?
I don't know.
Hybrid, XXX, Old, uh, Atrocity. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's his fifth one. Um, Released in 2019, fairly recent, before all the fun COVID stuff. But yeah, we got a good album today. Do you guys want to give your broad general thoughts on Danny as an artist before we get song by song?
I have never heard a Danny Brown project apart from Atrocity, but I don't go back to that album a lot, and I probably only listened to like three songs from that album. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Danny Brown.
I've only ever heard good things from Jonathan. I think you loved Atrocity when it came out, and I think I listened to Ain't It Funny off that album when it first came out. And like I really loved that song, like Danny's performance and the instrumental on that was just crazy. But I couldn't get into the rest of the album. At first when I first listened to it. My music taste wasn't expanded enough to really like appreciate it. It just felt really weird to me, especially with his voice. It was really grating and jarring to listen to. But I think with this album, he tones it down a little bit, which is good for someone like me who's trying to get into him because he's not like overly exaggerating his voice. And I had a good time listening to this album. I thought it was pretty good, and it made me go back to Atrocity later, and I like that album as well.
All right, all right. So I might be the most in tune with Danny here. I actually my first time listening to Danny Brown was I think it was XXX. It could have been Triple X. It's either Triple X or Old, but I remember hearing something off of one of those albums. No, 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 no. My first time listening to Danny, he had the verse in Detroit versus Everybody. Back in my high school fast rap loving Tech Nine Eminem phase. Um, he had the track Detroit versus Everybody. He was the third verse. Came on after Royce and Big Sean. And I remember at the time being like, "What in the world? Who is this guy?" Like you have Royce, Eminem's longtime collaborator, friend, great rapper. You have Big Sean, who was like the like pop icon from Detroit at the time. And you have Eminem, who has a very big reputation. And then you have Danny Brown, who I had never heard of at that point. And they gave him a whole verse. I was like, what in the world? Who is this guy? I remember digging into him more, and that's when I think I heard Triple X. And I fell in love with that album. His voice is really hard to get into. At first, I was turned off by the voice, but the more I listened to him, the more I really enjoyed his voice. I really enjoyed his inflections. I really enjoyed his entire presentation. He plays with it a lot, which is very unique. And I don't know. Lots of people are turned off by it, and I understand. It's not for everyone, I guess. But he has just unmatched energy, unmatched wordplay, and just great overall sound in all of his music. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with the hybrid, but Triple X love it, Old love it, especially that song with Gibbs. But um, might be biased. Atrocity, I didn't actually like as much as most people do. Uh, you guys say like sing it very high praise, which it deserves. It's a great album. But I never was as in tune with that album as I was with Triple X or Old. I still think it's great, but for me it just doesn't carry the same weight. And then this came out. You know what I'm saying? And I like it a lot. It's still I just hold Triple X as such a high barrier. It's like it's hard to overcome that. But I mean, I remember talking to a friend of ours, Matt, um, and I was like, yeah, in 20 years they'll talk about the two artists that I think are going to be in like goat conversations are going to be Danny Brown and LP from Run the Jewels. I still stand by that statement, and it comes more true as I see Danny progressing. The only problem is he doesn't really have that commercial edge. You know, he doesn't sell well. But that's fine. He's great. I love him, and I can't wait for more music. I think we're getting something new soon. I don't remember if I heard anything. Anyways, moving on from there to the album. We'll just dive right in. How about that? How about let's go to Change Up. Enough of me rambling. You know, how about you guys go into Change Up and tell me your thoughts?
Um, I think it was a good introduction to the album. Uh, when because the last album I've heard from Danny Brown was Atrocity. I was expecting more. I want to say more chaotic. I don't know if that's the right word, but like chaotic production. But this was actually really nice. It was a good introduction. Um, his voice is like you said, like hard to get into, but I think over the more listens I gave it, I eventually like got used to his voice and like overall enjoyed the first track. I don't think there's any lyric that stands out. I think it's mostly just him talking about like, oh, I'm back, and yeah.
Richard, any thoughts?
Yeah, I was really what's the word? I was shocked with this song because my previous experience with him was, with Ain't It Funny and Atrocity, just his voice being grating to my ears and not really, easy to get into. He toned it back on this song and it was a lot easier to get into. The intro kind of sounds like the instrumental kind of sounds like an old western, kind of mysterious, which is nice. I guess it makes sense for like an intro because he's back. Who knows what he's gonna bring with this album? Uh, I think the first line was pretty interesting. The coming back from the grave lately, and everybody thought he was gone because in his last album or in previous years, really didn't he like bring up problems with substance abuse? I think in Ain't It Funny, the music video, it was brought up. I mean, that was like the subject matter. It was heavily brought up.
Yeah, I mean that spans across his career. It's not just that album. I mean that was back on Triple X saying that it's like in his DNA to, you know, his like family had a history of substance abuse and it's spread to him and it's it's a pretty deep theme that he goes with and it's very it's an important thing to talk about and he does an excellent job with it.
Right.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
and I wanted to make sure that I was clear on that because like it makes sense because he's from what I'm seeing here, he's trying to get past that here. And in this throughout this album, I think he's trying to get past that.
he's definitely in a much different mind state in this album than his previous ones. So I can see where you're coming from. Anything else or my turn?
Um. Oh.
No, no, you can go if you go for it. Go.
I was gonna say. Yeah, because I think he used to have like really bad teeth before this, or before he released
Yeah,
this album, and like he like changed up his image. So it's really nice to see how like he's actively trying to like change himself and like move away from substance abuse.
yeah,
And yeah, and I also agree with Richard. I like how he toned it down for this album because my favorite song off of Atrocity is either Really Though or Ain't It Funny, and like those two songs are like really like chaotic in terms of like the instrumental. So really nice to see him tone it down, makes it more accessible.
yeah. I like the production on here. I think his lyrics are genius, and it's a great opener. Uh, Overall, I can't find anything wrong with this song. It's just a very solid opener, and it shows his. I will say the one thing that is kind of funny to me is he talks about in the chorus, I would never change up, but yet, I mean, it's such a weird dual chorus because he says never look back, I would never change up, which he's expressed before. I mean, that's why he named his one album Old, because he said, "Oh, you want the old Danny Brown? There, it's on that album." Like, Never Look Back makes sense because he's run with that theme, but I would never change up is a little funny to me because he changes his style pretty much, not totally dramatically every album, but this one's very different from Atrocity. Atrocity is very different from Old. Old is very different. They're all he does a great job of evolving his sound over time, and that line is always kind of funny to me. I don't know, but other than that, great song, great intro, and it sets a good mood for the album. Other than maybe track 3, which I don't think anyone was expecting.
I have a lot to say about that one.
That's gonna be the fun one to talk about. All right, we could go to theme song next. You guys want to give your thoughts on it?
I love the violin on this song. I think it's a violin. I might be wrong. But yeah, the instrumental is just super like low key, and Danny sounds good on this too. I don't really have a lot to say on the subject matter. But yeah, I thought it was a good song.
I disagree with the instrumental. It's it's okay, but I don't think I don't know. I didn't I don't like the instrumental too much.
Yeesh. We got conflicting opinions. I'm gonna side with Richard on this one. I like this instrumental. I like this song a lot. Um, it's hard to tell where it stands in the album rank wise, but it's stupid to rank songs anyway, so I like it. I think it's funny. This is like peak Danny comedy, other than maybe the next track, but he's really funny. I mean, just the chorus that I can't even sing. It's a funny chorus. It
Uh,
just the whole song he dedicates to just people he doesn't agree with, basically. But he does such a great job of enunciating it that it's hilarious. I don't know, but I like this song a lot. Is that all you guys got to say on this one? Just beat good, beat bad.
uh, I mean, I don't know. I'm not used to comedy in music or whatever. I
Yeah,
think
I grew up with Lil Wayne on every radio station, so I love when rappers can be charismatic and funny on a track. Cameron, Lil Wayne, like that's peak.
what,
Oh,
what did Lil Wayne do for an iPhone 6 again?
but yeah, Richard, that what you leaving it at? Beat good?
Beat good. I mean, I don't know. Like I think the last half of the album, or like, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot to say on this one. I feel like the rest of the songs have a lot more to say, and I have a lot of thoughts for the latter half of the album, especially. It just I feel like the first couple tracks didn't really do so much for me than like the last half, I guess.
All right, fair enough. All right, we can move on then to one of the better tracks on this album, which is the funniest song ever. I don't know, it's hilarious.
Why are you laughing? Yeah, you were laughing. You're saying it's the
Because
best song, and you're
it's
laughing.
good. It's a good song, but it's so funny. I can't help it. He's hilarious. The Burger King bathroom line, man.
I hate it.
I love this song so much. It's like he's being as nasty as possible in his descriptions. He's just telling these disgusting.
Well, talking about laundry, probably the cleanest thing you can do.
I love it. I love this song so much. It's so good. I keep it on every time it comes on, like with friends in the car, just to see if they react to the line. My friend Roy, you guys know Roy. I had this song on in the car and it came on. The line said, "The way she slurps slurp, she's the quicker picker upper," and he lost it. He didn't know how to react. Oh, I love this song. It's so funny. I love it. But do you guys not like this song?
No, I like it. It just caught me off guard because when like I said, like I'm coming off of Atrocity, and you just hear him talking about fucking a stripper for spare change.
Actual change.
Yeah, actual change.
This song's so good. Oh, it's produced by Q-Tip. Imagine being in the booth and be like, "Hey Q-Tip, I'm about to spin over this beat," and you say, "We did the Humpty Hump in the Burger King bathroom."
He's doing this over a metal detector type beat. Like I don't.
I love this song. It's so good. This is. Oh, I love it.
I think it's funny. Your contrasting opinion with this song and then like Enough, but I feel like I like after hearing you talk about it, Enough from We Got It From Here. For those unaware, but well, because like Enough is like Q-Tip talking about stuff, but he's not doing it in like a comedic way. He's being very sensual and serious about it. So I can see like why you like this better, because it's funnier. It's not
It's
super
kind of
like
dumb fun, like
yeah
what he's saying here. I don't know.
His voice adds onto it too.
It
yeah.
really does. Like, there was this one debate. This is a tangent, but I don't care. It's our podcast, whatever. There was this debate a long time ago on hip hop heads, because whenever Big Sean would drop something, people are like, "This is mad corny, bro. This sucks. This is some mad corny bars right here." And people will be like, "How is this corny?" And then like stuff like Lil Wayne says is not corny, because Lil Wayne will say like equally stupid stuff. And it all comes down to how much charisma you have, and like Danny just oozes it on this track. I don't know. Only he could get away with saying something like the Burger King bathroom line or the actual chain. Like we can laugh at that, but he has the charisma to make it pull it off. Same with someone like Lil Wayne, Cameron, Pimp C, you can name it. They all just ooze the charisma to where they can say some absurd, dumb stuff, but it sounds good and it's funny. Meanwhile, someone like Big Sean, who I actually like Big Sean's most recent album, I considered putting it in my top 5 for the last year. It's actually a pretty good album. And I think he grew a lot on it, but he doesn't have that charisma or the voice to deliver it right. He'll say like, "Do like the solar system and plan it out," and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not.
It's not good because of the way he says it, though. If Lil Wayne said it, it probably would be funny because it's Lil Wayne. I don't know.
My favorite Lil Wayne line is like, "It's Wheezy F baby, and the F is for phenomenal." And the way he said that, it just makes it think like the greatest bar of all time. So, yeah, I agree.
No, that's the thing about Lil Wayne. Every bar he says, he delivers like it's the greatest bar of all time, and he gets away with it because of it. He's so charismatic and funny that it doesn't matter how cringy. He said something about like breastfeeding while he's like getting a tit job or something in a line, and it's like ew. But like if you hear it out of context, you're like ew. But then when you hear Lil Wayne say it, it's funny. I don't know. I like this song though. This is hilarious. And Danny Brown shows peak like comedic delivery on this song. You guys have any other thoughts before we move to the next one?
No.
I think it shows like our perception of like, well, I feel like since you already know what Danny sounds like, you expect this like like you expect to laugh like when you listen to this album.
No, I expect to hear some like some gross stuff even and some like some funny stuff here, some gross stuff here, some real stuff here. Like it's Danny. Like I don't know.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like you know who Danny is, but like for us coming into it, we're not expecting like,
It can be a little shocking.
yeah, like, oh,
Yeah.
he's telling jokes on this album. This is a stand-up album.
All right, we can move on. To, I don't know. This might. It's either this or Combat might be my favorite song on the album. I actually can't decide between the two. But
Is it because of RTJ?
kinda. The beat is insane, and I love Danny's flow on this. Um, and then Run the Jewels just is like the whipped cream and cherry on top of the sundae, you know. JPEG Mafia produced the beat actually, which is interesting. Um, but yeah, I love this song. This song has some weird like I don't know. Can I use the word post-apocalyptic when like describing an instrumental? Like, is that a thing?
I mean, yeah, sure. What do you mean? What do you mean by it?
I can hear this in like a Borderlands or a Fallout, like not a Fallout soundtrack because that's 20s, but I could definitely hear this in like a Borderlands esque soundtrack where they're driving in some beat up like Jeep to this song. It's got such an interesting vibe that I can't compare it to any song that I've heard before ever. It's so unique. I love it. I love this beat. And I don't know, the the way Danny flows over it is so good. Oh man, he just matches this beat so well. And then I love Run the Jewels. I love LP. I mean, I've already sung LP's praise earlier in the episode, actually. But Killer Mike is phenomenal. Also, I think Killer Mike's one of the few MCs that can go toe to toe with LP in a rap group and come out ahead. It's like a Outcast type scenario where you got Andre's just power there, but then Big Boy comes up and it's like, wait, he's just as good, if not better, on some of these songs. Like, and they have great chemistry. They do great bouncing off each other, and they work Danny Brown into this really well. Like Danny could, other than like Zach De La Rocha, Danny could be like a third Run the Jewels member if he really wanted to. I think. Um, but yeah, this song is great. I love it. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a really good song. What do you guys think? Any thoughts on this song?
I like this song. I like LP's verse. I think he flows really well on his verse. I like the little MF Doom, reference or nod. Um, yeah, I think this song was pretty good. I like the production. JPEG Mafia. I've only heard like Veteran and All My Heroes Are Cornball. But yeah, I like the production on this song. It's a good song. I like OP.
Yeah, JPEG always has nice production. I've never heard a bad JPEG beat. Um, I think Q-Tip also executive produced this as well, which is cool. Uh, I'm not okay. Bear with me. I'm not. I don't care too much for Run the Jewels. You know, I know. I listened to Run.
Every episode you find a way. Like, you're just plotting before every episode. I'm gonna say this to get on Jonathan's nerves.
I'm sorry, and it's not even me trying to be like edgy or anything, but it
Oh,
just
I
like
get it.
when I listened to Run the Jewels like 3, I think, and I just didn't care for it that much. But I liked LP and Killer Mike's verse this year. I thought it fit really well with the song.
Wow. I don't
I
even know
think
how to respond.
I think Run the Jewels is one of those that, like with Danny Brown, you gotta listen a little bit more to get into them. Because I found it pretty hard for me to get into them. I don't listen to them that much, but I remember I had to listen to what Run the Jewels 3 a couple of times to finally get used to it. And
That's
then Run the
crazy to
Jewels.
me. I picked up on their energy as soon as I discovered them back in high school. I loved Run the Jewels. I still love Run the Jewels. But yeah, teach their own, you know?
Exactly.
I'm a fucking. I love trap music, so.
No, that's fair. They're a little different in that regard. Um all right. Let's just move on to Belly of the Beast. You guys want to talk about it? Is that a no?
um, hold on. I'm trying to find. Is this the one song where? Oh yeah, he says, "You a Stevie Wonder blink." I thought that line was genius, bro. Overall, this song's really nice. Um, it feels the instrumental to this song sounds like it does sound like a dream. Like the chorus. How do you pronounce his name? Abongj.
Or Bong JR, I think.
Yeah, he's. This can't be real. I'm in a dream. It does feel like a dream. The instrumental does feel like a dream. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it feels pretty ominous. Uh, I like I like Danny's line. I can't find it, but he talks about peeing in the sink. I thought that was hilarious. Um, but with that being said, I think this is probably like my least favorite Danny delivery, like on the whole album. It just feels so awkward throughout the song, honestly. But or Bong JR, his chorus is pretty good. So I guess I guess it kind of evens out. It's not a bad song, but not my favorite.
No, I like this song a lot. This is one of the beats that I am not really. I don't care for the overall vibe of it. I still like it, but it's not one of my favorites. But I think Danny's verses here are great. He's just like really funny and creative. I some of the lines on this song are so funny. I don't know. Like only Danny Brown can say these lines.
Oh yeah, the Bisquick line caught me off guard. I'm like, wow, that's like the first time I've heard any rapper rap about pancake mix.
Oh man. But yeah, if we don't have anything else to add, we can move on to the next one. I really like the next song, so
Oh yeah, Savage Nomad is really awesome.
yeah, this is one of the better songs on the album. That's for sure. What do you guys think?
The guitar is insane. Like that I don't know. That was unexpected and in a good way. It was so good. And Danny just his voice fits with it. I don't know. It just he just really flows well over it. It's pretty amazing.
No, he sounds like he owns the place or whatever. He's I don't know, he's pretty badass on this beat.
No, yeah, Danny has a great way of just laying on top of a beat and making it his own. Uh, he's very great here. I really love the line, "My vocal take a green beret, kill the verse, leave booth decay, service when I word it, sweet enough to leave a tooth decay." That one just the way he like delivers that is just great. That's the standout line for me personally. I really like that one. But yeah, I really like this song. It's so good. Very creative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we can keep going then. Not that long of an album. We're already more than halfway through it. So
Yeah, it's like what 11 tracks.
yeah, it's not long at all. This is also another one of the best songs here. The little intro sample's so good,
Oh yeah.
and his hook on here is also really catchy, and I can actually sing along to it. So
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, I think you guys know that I like more of like the like existentialist questions that get asked, like in music, and I think that's why Best Life is my second favorite on the album. Uh, the instrumental is nostalgic, it's cheery. The intro really just like sets the tone. It's like, he's replaying his life and how he's trying to, get better for himself, and how, I mean, the chorus says it. It's to the point. He's trying to live his best life now because there's no way for sure that we live again. So it's like that really just like resonated with me, and like the song just like encapsulates that really well.
Yeah, there's a clear difference between this and like something off of Atrocity. It's I don't know. I really like this song because it's like it's more soulful, and I related to the song a lot because I like to think that I'm like not in my best life, but I'm in a good place right now. I took care of some stuff that was affecting my mental health, and so I'm just trying to live my best life because, like Richard said, we really only have one life to live. So yeah, I really like this song.
yeah, I like it a lot too. I do like the cheery, almost triumphant sound of it. I mean, just seeing where Danny is now compared to where he was, it's a massive leap, and I'm glad to see it. I really like seeing clips of him. He had a show on Vice, Adult Swim, something like that. I think it was a talk show type thing, and just seeing him being happy and cheerful and laughing with the guests, you know, full face of teeth. It's a nice sight. It's great to see him like happy, and this is kind of like the victory tune to that. This is him saying, "Yeah, I'm living my best life right now," and it's very hopeful, and I like it. I like this vibe. It's a nice drive down a sunny day song too. It's so catchy. It helps that Q-Tip produced it, and this might as well be a tribe beat, like. But um, yeah, I really like this song. This is one of my favorites. I mean, overall, it's a great album. But any other
Yeah,
thoughts before we move forward?
yeah, this song sticks out the most for me. It's not my favorite song. Although my favorite song is Combat, but I think if I had to pick like a second or like a third, this one would be it. I like it.
All right. Well, we'll move on to the title track of the album. You know what I'm saying? Uh, with the upside down question mark. Very interesting design choice, by the way. It makes Spotify freak out whenever it looks at it. Like when the album first came out, it was just like, what? What is that? What is that character? But they since fixed it. Luckily, I imagine lots of artists nowadays, especially, get really creative in naming their albums, so they'd probably have to add a lot of different characters and maybe even emojis at this point. Like, who even knows?
Real quick, speaking of that, I found an artist where like their entire name was just emoji, like not emojis, like the ones that are on like an iPhone or whatever, the ones that like Japanese people use. And it was like super long, and like I was like, how do you find this artist if you're like trying to search them up on Spotify? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about Danny Brown, not
Yeah,
random
I
Spotify.
mean, it's fine. Go on tangents. It's a conversation. We're not here to just this song good, this song bad. You know,
This song, trash.
but what do you guys think about this one? This was pretty good, I think. Richard, you said the second half really picked up for you. What this song?
Yeah, I mean, everything from Savage Nomad onward is really just really just like the best group of songs I think on the album. And like you were saying before, how Best Life sounds hopeful. I think this sounds uh maybe not as hopeful, but it's definitely there. Definitely still motivating. The chorus from Orbong Orbong JR. They gotta keep moving. You can't stop. You gotta hold your composure. Uh, that is really motivating stuff for me. I mean, I'm sure we all have. Yeah, I know we all have times where we're just like so fed up and we want to give up, but we really can't. And we need that extra push to keep us going. So, and this song really tries to like do that for people, I think. And like the know what I'm saying after each line. I was reading through the Genius notes, and Danny thought it was funny when people would like say that all the time. But it really gives the listener a chance to ruminate on what he's saying. Like the lines, "No life gonna put you to the test." Time's hard and you can't give up. Like you get to like really think about what he's saying, and like how we can't give up in life. We got to keep going.
I think to add on to that, compared to other songs, this song isn't that lyrically heavy, and I think it allows like the listener to like fully like I guess understand what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying. Haha, fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought of it like that. That's an interesting take, actually. Um, it does make it a little more digestible, and you can really focus on it. And I really like this song.
But I could be reading too much into it.
No, that's fine. I mean, there's no wrong interpretation of art. I think what is it? The Evangelion creator. Uh,
Oh yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, I just put those stuff in there because it was cool. They actually have no meaning, but the fact that it evokes meaning to another person is more than you could ever like hope for. Like, it doesn't really matter if you intended it to or not. I mean, ultimately, it's how you perceive that media." I think Cosmo actually talked me through that because I mentioned the Evangelion thing once. But yeah, as long as it has an impact on you, I mean, that's whatever. So you can have as many hot wrong takes as you want, as long as it's impacted you. The art's doing its job. So, but yeah, I like the song. Uh, any other thoughts before we head forward?
I like his bridge, where he says he doesn't know, don't know nothing, but I do know this, and it's just like even if he's not the most knowledgeable in most other things in life, or maybe he's probably. I mean, he's in a better place now, but he knows better than anyone at this point that like you can't give up and you can't just like succumb to whatever is weighing you down, whether it's substance abuse or something else. You gotta keep moving forward, and I like that about this song. I like how hopeful it is.
Yeah. Anything, Brandon, to add? Your mic flickered.
I was gonna say, yeah, pretty much. Um, I will say, I don't know why I thought of this, but it's like, someone who was born with a lot of like, privilege, or they're not like they haven't suffered as many losses as someone who, like Danny Brown. So, he, so, like what Richard said, he may not be the most knowledgeable person in the world, but one thing that he does know, and one thing that he's like learned from experiences, that you just can't give up. And someone who, I don't know, probably hasn't faced hardships as much probably doesn't know that, because they were never introduced into like, I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent.
No, that's cool. That's cool. We got like 20 minutes to kill. We're zooming through this album, man.
It's pretty short. It's only 33 minutes.
Yeah, the podcast is longer than the album. Y'all might as well have listened to the album. No. But yeah. Let's move on to the Danny Brown JPEG Mafia collab, which falls a
Track
bit
9.
short. Yep, Negro Spiritual.
Uh,
I can say that. I can say that. It's not bad.
that's true. Because a lot of people like, Richard and me were Hispanic, right? So when we say negro, that means black. But a lot of people like, it's like, oh, that sounds like a bad word. But it's like the color black. Like there's no other word to describe. Man,
But anyway, on to the track. Uh, I'm a little disappointed, to be fair.
No way.
Not because the song's bad. This is a great song. I'm disappointed we didn't get like a full verse from JPEG Mafia. I mean, that would have been cool, but that's the only complaint I can have on this song. Other than that, this track's great. I mean, Danny has his signature funny lines. The chorus is good. The beat is insane. What do you guys think?
I think it's like a Denzel Curry situation, like we had with Tyron or whatever. Where it's like, okay, I mean, like I'm not disappointed either, but it would have been nice to hear more JPEG
Yeah,
Mafia.
it's like a fan moment. It's not like a music enjoyer moment. It's a fan moment where it's like, oh, I wish I had more.
Yeah, but overall, great song. It was produced by Flying Lotus, and Flying Lotus is another one of my favorite producers. So really good song.
I don't agree with you guys on the I mean, like, it would be nice to have a JPEG verse, like a rap from him, but I don't know. I think his his Pharrell impression is on brand. Like, I don't know, it fits. Like, I'm
I'm
not
not
too
saying his
disappointed.
his performance here is bad. It's
Yeah.
great. This is a great song. I'm
Mhm.
saying as a fan, it would have been cool to hear a verse.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say. Like, it would have been cool. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
hurt the song that there's not a verse here. It's a great song.
Like think of that. Well, spoiler alert, but think about JPEG Mafia on Chain On with Brockhampton. Like imagine like a verse like that on this track, basically.
No, I haven't actually heard
Yeah.
that song. I didn't know
Uh,
that came out.
Well, it was on technical difficulties. Their fun little Twitch show that they did over the summer last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they finished it up and slapped it on the new album.
I don't follow these guys like most people do. Goodness. I didn't know that was a
I don't
thing.
either. That's just like one song off of Technical Difficulties that I really liked.
No fair. Back to
See,
this song. What do you think, Richard? You kind of just said nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I like JPEG's involvement here. It would be cool to have a rap verse from him, but I'm okay with uh his chorus there. It's so, for a song that has spiritual in the title, I really thought it'd be more calm, but it's really chaotic. Like Danny's just running through his lines, and like the beat isn't super like crazy or anything, but just like Danny like rushing through it makes it really chaotic. But I liked it. It's a nice song for sure.
All right. Well, with that, we can go to track 10. Shine, featuring Blood Orange. I really like Blood Orange, by the way. Um, they had one album. What was it called? I don't remember.
Um,
It has them on
Negro
the
Swan.
yeah, that one with
Yeah.
the angel wings on the cover. I really like that album. Um, and his part here is gorgeous. I don't know.
Yes, thank you. I was really hoping you would say it was.
I'm glad to meet your expectations, and my goodness, is it beautiful. This is a beautiful song, which is weird to say of a Danny song because Danny songs are good, but I've never used the adjective beautiful.
Hmm.
More it's more like chaotic or you know. But I like this song a lot. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. The reason why because what's that one song? Chewing Gum. That was my first introduction to um Blood Orange. So when I saw him on Shine, I was expecting a lot because Chewing Gum's a great song. And yeah, I really like Blood Orange's chorus. I think Danny Brown delivers really well. Um, yeah, overall great song, and I'm glad I got to hear more Blood Orange, and I think I'll listen to more Blood Orange after this because I haven't listened to too much of it.
Yeah, it's not. I think this is my favorite on the album. It's just like I don't know. I don't know how to describe this song other than like a vibe. Like it's just. I think it's the best beat on the album. I think Danny, his delivery on this is just amazing, and Blood Orange's vocals are just. They sound so smooth and ethereal on this beat. Like it's perfect to me. It's so smooth.
No, yeah, it's a great song. You said this is the best beat over Best Life and Combat? Really?
I
Combat
think
has a
so.
nasty beat.
Oh
I love.
man. I mean, that's cool, but phew, let's just move to the next track because we got to talk about that song. Combat. Again, it's tied for like my favorite. I can't tell if I like this or Three Tears more, but man, is this song good. I love this beat. This beat is so good. It sounds like something that could come off of a Tribe album almost.
Yeah, it's produced by Q-Tip, right?
Yeah, most of this
Yep.
album is. But Danny's impeccable on it, and then Q-Tip actually has a part on this song, and it sounds great. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys know that one picture or that one like gif where it's like the guys in the studio and they're like all like shaking their heads to the song? That's me during this entire song. Like Danny's just flowing really well. I love the brass in the production. I don't know if it is it brass. I don't even know. But the point is,
No,
I love it.
that weird horn part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, Combat is man. It might be my favorite. I want to take it back. This is my favorite. This song's so good. All right, Richard. Why is this beat not as good as the other one?
No, I think it's awesome. I definitely think it's awesome, but it's just personal preference at the, on Shine versus Combat versus Best Life.
Cop out answer. Not real.
It's all I can really say. It's great. It's great. The horns are amazing. Uh, but it's just personal preference. That's it. No malice towards this beat at all. I
How
love it.
can you not like it when like last review, you praised Q-Tip.
What didn't Q-Tip? Did Q-Tip? Yeah, he produced Shine as well, didn't he?
Did he? I don't even know.
I thought I could be wrong.
Paul White, Standing on the Corner, and Slauson Malone.
Yeah, Q-Tip didn't produce this.
He didn't produce
Therefore,
Shine.
yeah, he didn't.
Oh
Therefore,
wow,
you're wrong, Richard.
man,
Owned.
man. Okay,
Time to
well.
get a new podcast member because we destroyed him. Right, Brandon?
He just got exposed.
I just got exposed. I can be a fan of Q-Tip and still think the other beats are better.
Nope,
It's
that's not
okay.
how it works.
That's not how it works here.
Nope.
I like the Elvis line. I thought it was funny. I think I realized like the sense of humor too late in this album because like with Dirty Laundry, I'm like grossed out, and then by the end,
How?
I'm laughing with
He's
them.
funny. He's so funny.
Well, I think it was not that I didn't get it, but more so that I got used to it on the album.
All right.
Like by
Fair
the
enough.
end, I
Yeah, I agree. Like,
like yeah.
Gosh, this song's gonna be stuck in my head because I'm thinking that horn. Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah. You guys want to move to our final thoughts?
before we do, I just want to say,
Oh.
Combat, great way to end the album, dude. Like
Oh
ending the
yeah.
album with a banger.
No, yeah. This is the best track you could have closed with. Like, it's so good. Just listen to it, guys. It's so good. But all right. I think normally I go last when we give our little scoring and talk about it. I don't know. Um, I'll go first, nonetheless. I really like this album. As a long time, I guess you could say long time. It's not like I'm some veteran that's listened to him from day one. But as a long time Danny Brown fan, I can say that I was very pleased with this album. Um, I probably like it a bit more than Atrocity personally. Y'all probably might disagree. I don't know. I I like it a lot, but it doesn't. I'm just still so attached to Triple X and Old personally that I just can't. I wouldn't place it above that if I had to rank his discography. But I will say this album's great. It definitely. I'm glad that he kind of switched it up after how avant-garde Atrocity Exhibition was, because you can kind of like pigeonhole yourself into one path if you just keep going that experimental route that I was kind of afraid that he would keep going. Because while it's good music, I like this a lot better personally. I like how funky it is, how funny it is, how jazzy it is, and it's a little more reminiscent of the Triple X type material than Atrocity was for me. Um, I'd give it like a eight J Coles out of 10 J Coles. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think coming from Atrocity, I think, like I said in the beginning, this is an album that's a little bit easier to get into. Obviously you have to get used to it. Like, if you haven't heard any comedy and rap or whatever, it's gonna catch you off guard, just like it did for me and Richard. But overall, this was a really good album. I really like the beats overall. I think Danny Brown delivers lyrically, and he has the charisma, like we've said. Um, Overall, I'm gonna give it a 7 to 8 Playboy cardies out of 10 Playboy cardies or whatever. Um, I might come back to this album after re-listening to like Atrocity and getting into his other albums. Uh, just to go back and see like, okay, like now this is like my final score. But for now, it's like a 7 to 8 for me.
Guys, I have a question for you before I get into my rating. I listened to this in the gym when I worked out. Do you guys think this is a good gym album?
Not really. I can think
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
I can think of like 20 albums I'd rather listen to in the gym.
Yeah.
Most of them being from the 90s, by the way.
Hey, do you
90s
end up
90s rap has an unmatched energy for the gym, especially Public Enemy for no reason. But that's a different story.
wait, you got
Right.
you guys listen to music at the gym? What the heck?
Oof.
What, did you just grunt the whole time?
Ugh. Oh, I think I shook one loose.
But even not listening to it at the gym, I enjoyed listening to this album again. I listened to it when it first came out in 2019 just because I wanted to get into Danny, and revisiting it again, it still holds up. I mean, it's only 2 years old, so what does saying it still holds up really mean? But it's great. It blew me away. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 Silver Surfer interludes. Uh, yeah, it's a great. I think it's a good album to start out with if you're too scared of like experimentation. It's not super out there, but that's not always a bad thing. So definitely give it a listen if you haven't already. But it's been like 2 years, and you probably know more music than we do. Maybe not Jonathan, but you know, it's a good album.
I'm not as experienced as you guys think. But all right. Thanks for watching. I didn't get the last episode we recorded out in time. That's on my fault. Life happened. I forgot to edit it, and I guess I just forgot to. So this will probably come out really close to the last episode. But as always, leave questions, comments, concerns. Tell us how much you hate Richard's ideas. Tell us how much you love Playboy Cardi. Do whatever. Uh, we might even review an album you guys want to hear, or I don't know yet. But next week we're gonna do Brandon's pick of album. It's gonna be his
Oh,
turn.
I thought we were doing the Brockhampton album.
Does that does come out? Okay,
It comes out tomorrow. Yeah.
we'll
Or
probably do
tonight.
Brockhampton, and then we'll do Brandon's album then. So look out for both of those then. Uh, and thanks again for watching or listening or whatever you call it. Yeah. Have a good week, guys, and thank you once again.
Yep. See you guys.
Later.